Hey everyone, Jesse Weiman here. I'm a music producer based out of Canada. I'm also an artist and songwriter. This is going to be my tutorial on how to use StudioRack, or now StudioVerse. I'm going to show you how I like to mix a vocal on it. So the track I'm working on today is called Painkiller. It's a single I released last year. I used one of my songs as well. I just thought it was simpler than asking permission from someone else. But yes, we'll get right into it. So I'm going to play a little clip for you today of the song. I'll start with a bit of the verse and then I'll go right to the chorus.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight.
So that's a bit of the verse there. So again, we're going to be working on vocals, and then this is the chorus here.
I'm just your painkiller. No drug dealer, not a space filler. Don't wanna be your empty mirror.
So that should give you a sense of it. And again, for today, we're just going to be using Waves plugins. I just want to show what you can do with them. I think it's a great plugin for especially starting people to get into because they have their subscription that you can get. I'll have the prices on the screen here, but I would definitely recommend them. But they're great because it comes with so many different plugins. So here, what I'm going to do is, this is the screen I have pulled up. So these are all the plugins I chose for Painkiller. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you what it sounds like without. And again, this is a vocal I recorded, I want to say 4 years ago. It was a long time ago. And again, it was by myself. So I thought this would be a great video to do for a tutorial just because it's not the strongest vocal. It's not the strongest recorded vocal because when I'm by myself, it's just tough to do. And I don't even know what mic I was using back in the day. But anyways, here, I'm going to bypass and let you listen.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight.
So overall, not a terrible recording. Those are also edited vocals, so I would have done like pitch correction, auto-tune, melodyne, probably timing, probably auto-tune again, just because I wouldn't say I'm the greatest singer in the world. That's why I like to use me, because it's a great way of showing how to make a subpar singer sound great. So anyways, let's start with Vocal Rider. So it's kind of destabilizing it. So you can right there, it's pushing it up. So to the chorus, it's probably going to bring it down. As you can see, this is a pretty dynamic vocal. Goes a bit everywhere because I'm going quiet to loud. So right away, bringing that level up. Now, let's go to this CLA MixHub. I like this. Again, not always my choice, but I just noticed that right off the hop, it needs some clarity. So right off the start, I am boosting around 9 to 10K. And then, let's go here. I'm taking down at 5. And then taking down, again, what is that? That's got to be like in the 1 area. Nothing too crazy. And then I boost the hundreds, which I've cut before. Again, no particular reason. I just want a bit more out of the vocal. I just think it sounds muddy, even hearing it now. So it just gives it a little clarity. We'll take it off. Put it back on. Yeah, so you can hear it. Just gives it a little bit of clarity. Now, this 1176, I go a little more hardcore at this one. I just like it because it squashes it. It does the 1176 thing that I love. Let's throw her on. Just, as you can hear, it brings it right up front. So we got input, output, always different on it. I do like the faders getting right up to the 9 and -10. I like run at 4. Oddly enough, I always have release and attack at full, but this one I don't. I always like to do de-essing. So I do this in stages. So let's turn this one on. So I like 5K. Nothing too crazy. Wait for an S. So just taming it off. And then let's go to the next one, which I do at 2K all the time. I like 5 and 2. Again, not hard rule. Sometimes I'll change it. It's like 5. It's like 2-2-0-1 for frequencies here. No hard rules. Okay, let's put it on. Not doing much or anything. Again, sometimes I just have it there for precaution where I hear something. Okay, let's go to this. Do a parallel split just so I can have more inputs to do tracks. Love the Vox. just our Vox.
Painkiller.
Again, it's just an upfront thing, which I dig, and it's after the de-essing.
No drug dealer, not a space filler.
Again, I sometimes see compressors as just tonal bits that add a flavor or a certain presence to a vocal. It's not necessarily I'm thinking about if it's compressing. I'm thinking about like tonally, how is it making a pop? So here, we'll go to the verse.
I thought you were my only pillar.
That's with it on. Now let's turn it off.
I thought you were my only.
It's not doing much, but it's doing a little for me. Here.
I thought you were my
Off.
only pillar. Help me up, keep me
On.
strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller.
Just a little more forward. Okay, let's go to this next one. So I have a CLA 2A on. Just another thing, I like the tone it does. It gives it a little bit of brightness, squishes it a bit.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside.
Oddly enough, it's not giving as much brightness, but I like what it's doing. Let's go to the chorus. On.
No drug dealer, not a space filler. Don't wanna be your empty man.
So it's actually taking the level down, and it's warming it up a bit. Okay, here, so I got some EQ. I took away a bit at the 120, and I took a bit away at the 5 to 8. Digging that. Now let's go to the C6. So this one is something I use sometimes and sometimes don't. I do find this thing, if you're working on a weaker mic, if there's sound issues, it can really help correct a lot of things, which I like. So here, this is with it off. Let's turn it back on. Nothing doing anything crazy. It's just helping control those frequencies. I'm always trying to control it very subtly, just so it's not doing anything too weird. Okay, here, let's go to the beginning of the song and see what it's doing.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, keep
That's
me
on.
strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller. When you feel all alone tonight.
I feel like it's giving like a little shine, a little more presence. Again, just little bits. I'm always looking for that like 3 to 5% of improvement. I'm not looking for anything that's going to game change anything. So let's see what this is doing. I can see that I'm rolling off the low end again and the highs. I always do that throughout the process because these are just things that only dogs can hear and just makes it sound not great. So this is off.
I thought you were
On.
my only pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside.
So I got a little bit of threshold here. Where am I going down on? 10-5 area. I think with the mic I'm using, that's just always just a nasty area. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Let's go to the chorus here. On. Off. See that little it fixes that. Again, you'll save so many things in mixes if you just roll off low end and the really highs. Those areas are just noise a lot of times, especially if it's a cheaper mic. There's nothing really good in there. Okie dokie, what is this bad boy? GW Vocal Center. I don't even know what I did with this thing. Let's take a listen.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up,
Let's solo this. This is like a reverb.
Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight. Red wine, low key time.
Oh, okay, just giving it a little more
clothes,
brightness and presence.
No one knows it's fine just tonight.
Yeah, I like that. So again, just little bits. That's all I'm looking for all the time.
I thought you were my.
Oh, when'd you know? Another compressor, the CLA 3A. Again, I like a lot of compressors, little bits of EQs.
I thought you were my
Let's turn it on.
pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside. Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight.
Again, it's just barely doing anything. Again, I'm always playing with the highs, the de-essing, the compression. Again, this is a good technique you can do if you're working with a cheaper mic, which I am pretty sure I was working with at the time. Okay, again, another de-esser. Let's see what it's doing.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, keep me strong inside.
Just a little bit.
Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight.
I always like to control the S's. They're like one of those things you have to be so careful with because if you go too hardcore with it, you'll sound lispy. But if they're not enough, it hurts your ears. So that's why I do in stages. Already 3 de-essers. It's counting the C6, it's probably 4 or 5 now. but just doing little bits. Okay, so after the DS here, we're going to go back to this parallel split. So this is the next one. So this is, I think, well, you're actually supposed to use parallel splits. So let's turn it on. Okay, so we're going to just solo these things so you guys can hear what I'm doing. I like to play with doublers and just weird effects, but I like to mix them in subtly. So I'm going to solo this track so you can hear it.
Thought you were my only pillar.
So we got, this is just our dry signal.
Pillar.
Let's see what this is doing. It's a reverb, very in the distant. As you can hear, super quiet. Let's crank it. I'm so into the subtle, like just subtle things. What am I even doing here? I'm pretty sure, like, and again, I'm a big presets guy. Like, I don't think you always have to dial in things. Just hit knobs until you're like, ooh, I like that one. It's cool though. See, it just gives that warble double thing in a distance. Now let's go over here. Now we just have a traditional doubler. I like doublers. It's a pop thing. It gives it width. Just a little more like left and right dancing magic. Oh, and so this is what we got here. No particular settings. I probably just hit a preset. Again, you have to get it done. So I don't think it's a good idea to get too finicky with things. Plus, there's only just so much you can do if you're going to fatigue yourself out. So for me, when I'm doing a song like this, I'm playing all the instruments, I'm singing, I'm writing it. So I can't get too crazy or I'm going to burn myself out. Then we got this Abbey Road one. This is my new favorite one. Just another doubler. But all those mixed together.
Don't wanna be your painkiller when you feel all alone tonight. Red wine low.
It's not doing a ton, but it's giving a little subtle width.
I thought you were my only pillar.
Gives it that stereo thing.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, get me strong inside.
Do whatever you want with it.
Don't wanna be your painkiller.
No right or wrong, just whatever floats your boat.
I thought you were my only pillar.
So yeah, that's what's going on in this little chunk of stuff. Parallel splitting it, very neat. Let's listen to the song.
I thought you were my only pillar. Help me up, get me strong.
Let's just solo this one.
Don't wanna be your painkiller.
You see how it just doesn't pop out like that anymore for a song like this? Again, you won't use this for everything. If it's an old school like folk song, might not work, but maybe it's cool. I don't know. You just gotta try. So yeah, you can hear it doesn't pop.
I thought you were my,
put it on.
I thought you were my only pillar.
To me, that's just cooler. So this is just like my final little thing. Again, using a bit of compression here.
I thought you were my only
now after those effects, I like that. Again, see? Barely even compressing. Barely doing nothing. Let's go to the chorus. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I turn the analog off. I don't like it. It just makes things hiss. I'm sure people like it. Oh, wouldn't you know? We do another DeEsser. See, just doing a little bit. Nothing crazy. Again, another DeEsser. My main thing is I like having that sheen of highs, but it has to be controlled. It always does for me. Like, that's what gives it that like smooth thing. But if you don't control it in stages like this, it just kills your ears or it just jumps at you. You need all these like different de-essing to just make it smooth, especially with a cheaper mic. So nice and smooth. Yeah, space. No lisp, but it's smooth. That's why you do it in those stages. Okay, this is our last one. Again, do this real, but definitely at the end. No reason to have anything here, like the 128 and down. Roll it off. No one hears it. All it does is just get in the way of your kick and bass, and it's a big reason why I guarantee your mixes sound muddy. Again, super highs. Don't need it. No one hears that. Like, well, give the dogs a break. 6 and K down, you can lose it. It's information that doesn't need to be in there. But yeah, that is the wrap of using the Waves plugins here. With their cheap subscription that they have monthly, you can do all this. And we haven't even gotten to the StudioVerse stuff. There's so much to do. So again, thanks so much for watching this. My name is Jesse Weiman. I'm a music producer. Make sure to hit me up, like, and subscribe. I'm going to be posting more videos, so make sure to check them out. I'm going to be focusing on the Waves plugins right now. But anyways, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.